Hi everybody and welcome to Nige Tech. I'm Neil and this is the ACME Circuit Thrash. It's a great monster truck, electric powered model with 2.4 GHz radio technology. So let's check out and see what we've got in this great looking package. Well, the box itself is brightly coloured with a picture of the actual model on it. It's about 570 long by 34 deep by 25 centimetres. So the dimensions of the box are not massive, but again it's not tiny. Probably weighs about 3-4 kilos perhaps. So anyway, let's open the lid and see what we have inside. So with the lid off, we've got our great looking monster truck. Beautiful red body shell going on here, just as the picture on the front of the box. Being ACME, they favour these nice thick bolsters to get the model protected during transit. But I'll get everything out on the table so we can check it out properly. Now, based on just what I've seen lifting this truck out of the box, I can see straight away we've got a really strong, entertaining package for you with the Circuit Thrash. Firstly, it's a very lightweight model. I can tell that looking at the back, you've got the motor, which is a brushless version in this case. I know this particular motor is very, very strong and powerful. We're looking at a two-wheel drive model here, powered by a Lipo battery, which really all of those things combine together to give a really high-performance truck. So straight away, it's got a lot going for it. Secondly, what else do we get? We've got a 2.4 GHz radio, and I've seen this radio handset before. It's a really good one, and we'll touch on that in a couple of moments. We've got some great stickers to finish off our model, because not all of the stickers come on the body shell, so I'm going to leave that for the proud owner of this particular truck to finish off themselves. I don't want to detract from their experience. We've got a great Lipo Charger. Now this particular one plugs into the mains, and it has LEDs for the various states of charge, the power, etc. So that's quite a nice reassuring feature to have. And the balance charge mode, there you basically plug it in and it does everything for you, so very simple. And of course you get the instruction manual for the truck, which is very comprehensive, and it also shows you various part numbers and bits and pieces exploded diagrams of the truck itself. Now ordinarily I'd use my faithful pit stand here to help demonstrate any model and turn it around. It's got a nice rotating top, but in the case of the Circuit Thrash it's absolutely useless because we've got so much ground clearance with these massive wheels and the chassis being so high up, it's pointless. So unfortunately I can't show you our super pit stand in use today, but it gives you an idea of just how much ground clearance this model has. So let's get a feel for what this great two-wheel drive truck is all about. Well, we'll just take the body shell off, and underneath we have a very simple layout. Now with it being two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, all of the gearbox and motor and what have you is over the back end. That helps to really put a bit more weight over the rear axle for great acceleration, traction and what have you. And it also frees up the centre of the chassis. There's no transmission parts to come through, so it's a very simple truck, and in fact everything can be laid down on the centre line of the chassis, which it gives it great balance left to right as well. Now I can see straight away we've got this super Lipo battery in the middle. We've got the speed controller with a cooling fan on the top. We've got our 2.4 GHz radio receiver here, and this little wire is our aerial for that, so we don't have to have the long aerials which are going to spoil a look. 2.4 GHz is really good for that. Now you can see some additional wiring here, and it leads to these great looking lights at the front, LED lights, and we're going to put them on for you shortly. But yeah, when you are running this truck, you've got the option of those additional cool looking lights at the front there. So at the back of the truck, it's all going on here. We've got this blue anodized brushless 2700 kV motor, really quite nicely standing out there with that blue finish. Off the back of the gearbox we've got this adjustable wheelie bar, which is really a functional item. You're going to very easily pop wheelies. The chassis is so lightweight and there's so much power here that it's going to be an awful lot of fun to drive. Moving slightly forward, we've got in the gearbox, it's nice to see that we've got a differential going on there in this rear wheel drive, and behind this protective cowling to keep the stones out, we've got a slipper clutch also, so it's really there to help protect the motor and the electronics and what have you in that rough terrain. While we're talking about the back, again we've got super oil-filled shocks with adjustable ride height, and again a couple of different mounting positions, which does influence the handling of the truck. Now, looking back at the front, we've got a very similar situation with these great long stroke coilover shocks, oil-filled, as you can see there. Ride height adjustable with these collars. We've got a number of adjustable features. There's the top links of the suspension, which means that you can adjust the camber of the front end to whatever you want to. Even like nice details of including ball bearings in the wheel hubs around this car, just to give it that free rotation and give the best performance possible. I even like the way that the front bumper is also a skid plate, and it's the front of the car is kicked up at an angle. You probably you might be able to just make out that the wishbones are nicely angled to give it the best possible grip in the corners with the handling. So the overall package is looking really promising. Now, I think these wheels look really good. Not only are they realistically scaled with all these kind of this rivet design, and the silver colour makes them look like alloy, but the tyres on them are really quite tactile. They're going to find the grip, and you can hear that noise as a squish there. That's a really reassuring sign that the wheels have small air holes to allow the transfer and movement of air in and out of the tyre. Now, of course, these wheels don't have inner tubes in the way that a bicycle would have, but they have a foam inside, like a foam rubber, so that really holds the shape of the tyre. So really nice detail feature there. Now, as we have a look underneath, what have we got? Well, the chassis itself is a nice lightweight composite plastic. This is the front end, and you can see we've got the steering servo that pops through the bottom, but it's really protected by this kind of cross member design that's in the chassis. And if I turn it slightly this way, perhaps you might just be able to make out we've got a nice servo saver operating in there, so it will take the pounding from the bumps and what have you that you're going to throw this truck's way. Now, in terms of its operation, it couldn't get much easier than this. We've got the Lipo battery with a Dean's connector there, and we've got the wire that comes from the electronic speed controller, and there's only one way of connecting these up, so you can't get it the wrong way around. So very simple and easy to use. So push that connector together, and then just on top of the speed controller here, very accessible, we've got an on-off switch for the car. So there we have the car controls. Now, on the radio, which you can see at the back, we've got the on-off switch here. So I'm just going to flick that into the on position. You see the lights pop on there, and then we'll put our car on, and that's a reassuring sound to let us know that our radio and our receiver are bound together. Now, being 2.4 gigahertz, we don't have any crystals to change, so we're free to run without fear of interference from any other models that will be around at the same time. Now, since our car is on, I'll just move the controller to one side. We can now also see the rather cool lights on there. Now, they're fantastic, aren't they? I think they really add another dimension to the enjoyment of this truck. And of course, you don't have to have them on. There are a couple of plugs here on the top, and you can disconnect them, and you don't have to run them. But the beauty of them is that because they're LED, they use very little power, and they don't really detract from the performance of the vehicle as a whole. Now, the Circuit Thrash comes with complete control forwards and backwards, left and right. Basically, we've got steering, we've got forwards, we've got braking, and then if we release the brakes and then go backwards, we've got reverse as well. So fully functional in all directions. So that's it for the Circuit Thrash Monster Truck. I have to say, in summary, it really is a superb vehicle. You've got the raw appeal of just the visual attraction of this monster truck body shell with some great stickers. Of course, we've got the lights on the front, which are really quite bright and really help to finish it off. And of course, really, it's more than just the way this truck looks. The performance being a very lightweight design, the rear wheel drive layout is very simple and effective, particularly when you ally it to this super brushless motor, which gives a huge amount of performance with this Lipo battery. So a really great performing all-round piece of RC kit here, and particularly when you then tie that into the 2.4 GHz radio and the whole package finished off with this great Lipo Charger for the battery in the truck. In fact, the only thing that you do need are some AA batteries for the radio, as we've discussed before, and of course I have them here. They've got a mains charger, which is very inexpensive, and the batteries are available also through Nitrotech. So get them all in one place when you place your order for this great truck. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next time.